Hi guys, so I'm here to do a review over season 2 of Agent Carter. I will have a non-spoiler section and then I will go into spoilers. So if you have not watched season 2, I will go into spoilers, but I will very clearly tell you, but if I will go into spoilers probably for season 1, so in the non-spoiler section, so if you haven't watched season 1, just so you know. But yeah, let's jump into the non-spoiler section. In my opinion, this was an amazing season. Is it as good as season 1? No. But does that mean it's not fantastic? I loved it. I loved this season. This season was so much fun. I loved seeing the characters. I loved the villain. She was a little at times, but I really enjoyed her. I loved all the new characters that we got to follow were great too, and I just loved this season. This season was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed following these characters again. And I know you say that this show is going to be canceled. I know that. But please give us season 3. Please pick this show back up. It's so good. You have these other shows that get so many seasons, but I know that there's a time to take a break, but I don't think this was the time for this show. I think it could have had another fantastic season. It really didn't come to a close. So please give us season 3. I really want season 3. Please give us season 3. Okay. So I'm gonna go into spoilers. I didn't say much, but there's so much about this season that I don't think I could have talked about much without spoiling it. But overall, I think this season was really fun. I really enjoyed following these characters again, and all the new characters just made me so happy. But yeah, I'm gonna go into spoilers now, so if you have not seen the show and do not want to be spoiled for season 2, I completely understand. Go watch season 2, it's great, and then come back. So I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's get started. Let's start with our favorite person one of my favorite people on the show. Agent Carter herself, Peggy Carter. I loved her. She was her great self, and she was wonderful. Her character development was so good. We got to see a lot more about her past in this season, and the way that they did that was so good, because sometimes flashbacks, in my opinion, you can be like, I didn't need to know that, but I think that the things we learned about her character really were important for us to understand how she became who she is, and everything about her brother and how she was going to be married, but then she decided when her brother died that she didn't want to follow the life of a stereotypical woman, and she didn't want to follow what society said, and she wanted to go do the job. What just was so cool to see that side of her. I loved her brother. I'm so sad he died, because it would have been so cool for him to be in Captain America, the First Avenger, and things like that. I loved it. Okay, talking about Captain America, the First Avenger, the things in this season 1 was basically in your face. This is in your face, Captain America, the First Avenger, because that was basically the season 1. It was Peggy getting over Steve dying and the things that happened in the war. But now that she has evolved from who she was in season 1, there were a lot of things, especially in the last episode, like the flying car that Bucky and Steve looked at, and that's how they got the rift to close. It was all those little tiny things, and the thing where Jason was like, well, at least we got to have half a dance. That's better than no dance at all. Like, just so happy that they did that, because I love Steve. He's great. And just those little tiny things that just foreshadow to Steve and Bucky made me so happy, because I love them both so much. And yeah. So we're done with that for right now. I'll go back to that. But yeah, let's talk about Daniel Souza. I loved him once again. I think I might have actually liked him more in this season, because he was with them a lot more, and we got to understand more of who he was. And I really enjoyed his character, and him and Violet, she was great. I'm so sad that Violet got put in the middle of that, because she deserves to have a happy life. And yeah, I'll go back to Violet's character. But I really enjoyed how they had him be an authority figure and being able to see that side of him. I also really enjoyed being able to see, we saw this in season 1, but being able to see him connect with Jarvis and Peggy a little bit more, because the connections in the show are, in my opinion, probably the best parts of the show, is seeing how everyone connects and what they bring to the table. It was just so cool, especially in this season. And although I do think that I liked it in both seasons a lot. Let's talk about Whitney Frost. Whitney Frost, I really thought she was a pretty good villain. I do enjoy her character. I do. I think it's really great. I loved seeing her backstory. I think the show did really, really well on showing backstories and not making it be like, we don't even need to know this. This is just so that you can put in a flashback. Because some shows do that, and I don't really just give us the information that we need to know and to help us understand their past. But I do think that the flashbacks were really important to see how they became themselves. The zero matter aspect was really, really cool. I liked that. The one thing I have to say about this show is I wish Dottie was in this show more. We got her a lot in the first episode, and then she was there a little bit at the end, but we really didn't get to see a lot of her, and I wish we got to see more of her, because I thought she was great in season 1, and the part she was in was really, really good. I loved how they were like, she's really bad, but she's pretending to be good. I liked that, and you're like, when is she going to turn on you, and when is she going to do something bad? That I really enjoyed that, and I wish we got more of it. I wish that we got more of her interacting with with Jarvis and all of them. I really thought that it would have been really cool to see more of her, and I think if we got another season, it would be cool to maybe have her even get to the good side and go with the SSR and things like that. I really wish the show would continue, because, as I've already said, this show did not close. This show was supposed to keep going, but it stopped. It ended on a cliffhanger. Who was that shot Jack? Did he die? We will never know. And please, I'm not the only one who loves this show. There are so many people on the internet that are loving this show so much, including myself, and I wish we got more seasons. You could just put it on Disney Plus. Just put it on Disney Plus instead of doing it on the old station. Just put it on Disney Plus, like WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier are doing, and do it like that, because this show would, especially if they put it on Disney Plus, I think people would watch it a lot more than they had. So please give us another season. please, it's so good, and these actors are so good. I love these characters, and I really hope that we would be able to follow more of them, but the show stopped. Let's go on to Jarvis. Probably actually my favorite character of the show. Him and Howard probably are my favorite. But Jarvis, once again, is hilarious. I love his connection with Peggy. I love that we met Anna, his wife, because his wife is the sweetest thing, and if anything bad happens to her, like the fact that she got shot and how that will affect her life is so sad. Like, Anna, just have a happy life with Jarvis, and I loved Anna. She was great. And Jarvis, like, he's just a great character. I loved him so much. I'm so happy that he had this new side of him where he is like, I want to protect Anna because that is a big priority for me. I really liked seeing that. I also thought that just his connections with all the characters, his friendships were so good, and I loved them. I love Jarvis. Let's go into Howard himself. He is so good. Whenever he's on screen, like, I just am smiling the whole entire time because he is hilarious and he's great. He's one of those characters, though, that I think would drive me absolutely insane in real life, but I love him on screen. Like, I think he would drive me absolutely insane. I don't think I could deal with him. Yeah, but Howard is just a great character. I really enjoyed how he connected with all of the new characters. I really haven't talked about many of the new characters, but I'm going to. I swear I will get over the original, like, cast of characters, and then I will. So he's great. I loved him in the first Avenger, and I loved him in the second season, and I also love him in this season. I really enjoyed seeing about his life in the other Iron Man movies too. So he's a great character. I really like his humor. His humor's great, where he's like, Jarvis, you hit that woman with my car. Favorite line of the whole entire season. It's comedy gold. It's so good. Okay, let's move on. Now let's talk about Jason. Jason was great. I loved Jason as a character so much. I think his addition onto the cast of characters was really great. I really wish we got another season so we would be able to see more of Jason. I just think that Jason deserved better. Like, almost the whole entire series, he has zero matter in him, and I'm like, oh, Jason, you deserve better. But yeah, I wish we got another series, because then we would be able to see him with Howard, and it would be great. Or they should just get their own series. That's another thing. Jason was great. I really liked how they showed how he was before, and zero matter was still affecting him, and then it, like, full on evil zero matter. I really liked that transition, and the guy who played him is a great actor. Great job. Like you're ever gonna watch this, but good job. But yeah, I think that Jason was such a fun character to follow, and I really enjoyed him. The plot overall was just really great. I really enjoyed the plot. I think the zero matter plot is is cool. I do think that season one's plot may have been a little bit better, but I do think that the Zero Matter plot was still really fun, and I think the way that it affected all of these people was really had us understand more of the effects of what Zero Matter did, and the acting with Zero Matter was just done really, really well. I really wish we got another season. I've been saying this. We need another season. It ends with Whitney talking to herself in the mirror, pretending that the husband she killed is still there, and then her henchman guy, like, walks into the cell, and then we get, I didn't even talk about this. Peggy and Daniel are together and happy, and at least at the moment. We know that probably from Winter Soldier, seems like they aren't together forever, but they are happy right now. And I thought the whole entire, like, Daniel, Jason, Peggy triangle, I'm not a fan of love triangles. I think they're way overdone, and I think that this one was done okay, because they both were good people, and they both treated her with respect, which sometimes you have one person that's like, I'm gonna treat you like you're a human being, I'm gonna treat you with respect, and then you have another person who's extremely, extremely toxic, or they're both extremely toxic. So I was good with the both, like, okay, they're both good people. I think that made it better. But yeah, it was, I'm not a fan of love triangles, but I think it was done in a way that it was still pretty good. Did I wish they didn't have a love triangle? Probably, but it was done well, so I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I think Zero Matter is a really cool concept, and I think it would be fun to see it return sometime. If they wanted to do it again, I think it would work really well. I think that it would be interesting to be able to see how people would treat it differently now that we're in a different era, of course, than when Agent Carter is set. So if they were gonna bring Zero Matter back, I would probably say, like, okay, but I don't think it would be bad. It was a good thing to have in the season, and I think it was a lot more sci-fi than season one, so I thought that was really great. I think I liked the threat of season one better, because I liked Dottie a lot better, but I do think that it was still really fun, and I enjoyed following these characters on their journeys. That's really all I have to say. I do think the characters I didn't talk about, because there were some characters that I didn't talk about, like, fully in depth, I did think that they were really cool. The characters, like the Doctor and Rose and everyone else, they were really great characters. The villains, especially Vernon, I really did not like him, but that's the point. So I thought the way that they showed that character was really cool, and if anyone's watching this that has any authority to this at all, please give us season 3. It would make me really happy. I love these characters, and it would be super cool to follow them again. If the actors are like are wanting to do it too, what do you I think it would actually do really well if you just put it on Disney Plus, especially with WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier doing so well. So that's really all I have to say. I loved this show. I think it was great. Highly recommend it. It's on Disney Plus. The first 2 seasons. So yeah. That's I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you are staying safe. I love you 3000. Bye.